Hello everyone, I hope we're all having a good day today. We are, we are now live. Yeah, okay. Alright, there we go. We're now live. I apologize for the delays. We're gonna be doing Nova's project stuff today. So, yeah, I need to get stuff printing. And we'll ding probably these up a little bit. I don't know, we're slowly chewing through those extra platforms. Okay, hope you guys are having a good, fantastic day. I know I am. Getting ready to do, looks like not quite a leap round. That'll be round after this. That'll be round 49. Today we're doing round 48. I'm gonna get stuff printing. I want to get stuff printing later. I think I will get it printing now at least. That does mean I can't really leave the planet. Might wait on these. Let's be over here then. Yeah, I just need to wait on this to finish. Should be pretty fast. To get these at least started. It's going to take a bit of time. A ton of time, but it'll take a little bit of time. Astrodude, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. You're having a good day. Welcome to the stream. Congratulations on being first. But we're gonna go over to the Nova's project base on Visania, and then we're gonna get some hydrogen going. I think I have to do the switch out. I think I did the switch out again. I gotta run the switch out, which is why I'm trying to leave some stuff print for later. But hopefully this way we should at least be able to get started as soon as we get. Today, I'm having a pretty good day. Bit tired, so I had to take a little bit of a nap before stream because I did not want to be starting to stream off sleepy. Should be good hours. A bit of a long day, but happy with how things are going. All right, let's head over to the Sanya base. All Nova's project is epic as always. Yeah, I hopefully have a couple who might be coming in. Some brand new friends that I made over Astroneer a bit ago. So, see if they drop by. If they do, we'll probably run another base tour, but I'll have to wait until after this round is completed because I have limited hard drive space and I am recording. And it looks like my shoot, it looks like everything is slightly. Looks like I'm taking a bit of a bite hit. Hey, there he is. Maui, what's good? We're taking a bit of a bite hit at the moment. I'm gonna kill my browser. It's because it's uploading something. I have to reconnect it, but let's see. Desk. Oh, right, I forgot Edge has the music on it. Now it's kind of paused. Yes, restore. So it should allow. I'm in the middle of trying to upload some records to YouTube. It's taking a little bit longer than was supposed to take. And of course it's resumed. Good. I'm doing good. OBS is appearing to not be doing good. It is what it is. Let's get that music back up though. There we go. Skip to the next track. How are you doing, Maui? Also, real fast. Let's see. Yeah, I do want to give Maui a bit of a shout out because Maui is a good streamer. Just recently started streaming. Last year played Astroneer, looks like. But I was kind of curious. What is that? What is that desktop? What's going on with that desktop? I feel like there's a story behind that, or unless you don't want to talk about it. Um, so real quick, this is an overview. This is the hydrogen collection base that I've got, Visania. We're not going to do like a huge base tour because I have limited hard drive space and I need to record for the Noah's project. But as soon as we're done with this round, not a problem. If you guys would like to see Astroneer content, Maui is just getting into the game and he's really enjoying it a lot. So go make sure to follow him if you want to see some Astroneer content. And let me show you my Glacio base real fast. My Glacio base is my home base. Desktop is your wife. Well, I kind of figured something like that, but I was just like, what is it from a special event or something? And this is Glacio. I have a couple of things that are built up to the orbit limit, which yes, it is possible. Also notice I set off a little sensor by going through it in the orbit. Game logic. We gotta wait until we get out of the landing pad's area of influence. But yes, landing pads do work up in orbit. I'll show you guys a little bit more. Landing spot. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna carry the shuttle from here. It's not that far. I thought for sure it was a little bit. I knew it was. I knew the. I could see a little bit too much of the landing bubble from here. My main home base, massively disorganized. That's the landing pad we were supposed to land at, and it has a nice little auto. Here I've got a auto smelter. This is just going to be a quick run through. I'll show you in more detail later. Got storage right over here, and it's kind of my attempt at an auto trading platform, and then they updated the trading platform, and I haven't touched it since. This is scrap processing here. And this is my old Halloween farm from the Halloween update and the Halloween event, making gas. There's a whole bunch of old stuff, but we've got rocket rover, soil rover, and a couple of in-progress things. Yeah, that's the basics of the Glacio base. And I'm going to run over to Visania or Visania. I'm kind of torn. I don't really know if it's pronounced Visania or Visania. I kind of alternate. So yeah, that is what it is. I alternate. I don't know what the difference is. Really, I don't know if there's like anything that's specific. But today we need to switch out these hydrogen silos so that this hydrogen collection base can start collecting hydrogen again for the next round of the Novus project. And yeah, did you get any farther to Astroneer from what I saw in the previous stream? Uh-oh. I dropped. No, bad. Did you get any farther in Astroneer from what I saw in the previous stream, or I haven't seen if you've been streaming or not. I haven't really had time to check Twitch recently. And I get it was only a few days ago, but just out of curiosity. And also, what tends to be kind of your play style? For me, I tend to be like the type of person I'll just stick around in one particular file, one save file, and just stay in that save file. Some people like to start new save files every so often. They seem to be pretty more common, a lot more common to start new save files, especially look at new content. Whereas I prefer to look at it in my main save file. Here we go. And we're halfway done with the switch out. You're gonna go to sleep. Busy. All right. Thanks, Astro Dude. It's always nice to see you pop in the beginning of the stream. Hey, what time zone are you in? So I can kind of get to know what time's usually better for you. I'd like to kind of configure my streaming times to be good for the watch it. What times do you generally tend to be available? And if you don't tell me what time zone, I won't be able to know what it is because different time zones, like 10 o'clock on the east coast of the U.S. is different from 10 o'clock over here on the west coast of the U.S. I'm guessing Maui is gone or something. Gets back, I'll have a couple of questions for him, but I'm guessing he's gone. So yeah, I think I want to overall try to configure the stream a little bit more geared towards the people who want to watch it. I mean, I know obviously that's the entire stream, but overall I do want to, right now I'm doing some times that work for me, but I've got more time to stream than just the stream times that are posted up on the schedule. So it's 9:30 for you right now, you're available between 3 and 9 p.m. Ohio, up north. Don't really know your time zone. Considering that it's 6:30 here, that puts you 3 hours ahead. That's pretty much Eastern, I think. You can also Google it. Just tell Google, hey, what's my time zone, and Google will tell you. Yeah, Ohio is pretty to the East Coast. Alright, we've now gotten the batch of hydrogen out. So this batch of hydrogen that's going in this this round will take a couple hours. Won't take too long. But we have 96 power, which means everything is functioning as it should. Yeah, pretty much I guess if I streamed a little earlier, then you would be able to make it more, I guess. I'll see what I can do. I don't necessarily know if that's gonna always be possible. Wait. Before I do that, before I transfer this hydrogen over, I need to set up the bomb. Stop it. Stay right here. I need to set up the bombs and print them all first. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, we have a process. The Novus project, your Eastern. Ah, makes sense. For the process of the bomb, I always make sure to manufacture them first, then we fill them, and then we blow them up. Manufacturing takes a little over half an hour. Actually pretty fast now that I've got a factory for it. And this Novus project base is pretty much just for bombs alone. Alright, well, you make sure to have a good sleep, man. Thank you very much for dropping by when you could. I really appreciate it. I will hopefully see you around. All right, let's get these platforms over here because we're gonna need them. You do it best for you, but it's good for me. But have a good night. I plan to. Thank you very much. I hope you. Well, wait, don't log it. No, no, no. Add. All right, let me grab this. What this factory does basically is it just takes the platforms. I think this was actually Astro Dude's idea. I'm not 100% sure, but it takes the I use medium storage silos, so these 6 auto arms take the medium storage silos, place them the storage silo type B, and that is because they are all placed at the same time. They don't tend to overlap. So we just sit here and we push the button. So it just makes life a lot easier as opposed to putting them all on manually, which is what I was doing before. And the proximity repeater is amazing because the proximity repeater allows me to unpack them everything automatically. And there we go. So it just makes the bomb setup way faster. Love it. And yes, this was really hard to work on. I'm not super good at this automation in this game. We built it. I don't entirely remember, but I think we built it. I want to say between around like 37 and 38. 100% sure. Let's see. Check YouTube. See. I don't know. That's easily verifiable, but I'll check later. So the Novus project is, I think at some point I'm gonna make I think I'm gonna make a channel. I have a channel on YouTube that I upload all my records for. I think I'm gonna make a command to pop it in the chat every so often, because we want to make sure that people, if they want to be able to catch up on the Novus project progress, they should be able to. And this is just raw, unedited stream records that gets posted up on the channel. I don't have a lot of time outside of streaming other stuff, so I just tend to run with that. Grab you, place you here. Nice. Wait for the next one. Get in. There we go. Have silo. And this last silo is, it has a chance to be a little bit wonky. I hope it'll work. Generally, it usually does work, but I hope it has a little bit of a chance to be wonky. Appears to have completely worked though, which is amazing. Let's switch these guys out. Stable. So these, the reason why I have these right here, because they allow me to configure the exact correct number of amount of titanium, or to make exactly 2 bombs. The exact right amount of titanium to make 2 bombs. Then I can print it and get everything going. We made our first 2 bombs. We got 1 extra sitting there, and then the bomb 9 over there. pretty soon we're gonna have to, a couple of rounds, we're gonna have to do 2 extra bombs. But should be nearly ready for bomb number 3. As I'm sure you can tell, this really helps production. Makes production way faster.
Alright. I'll tell you the truth.
Oh, that freaked me out for a second. I was wondering why there was audio coming through. It's part of the song. A little bit weirded out there. Yeah, Maui, I don't know if you're back yet, Maui, but if you are, let me know. I've got a couple of things I wanted to show you. And a couple things I wanted to tell you about. But if you only have time to just lurk, then that's totally fine.
Remember all the happy times we had?
The straight up talking in the song is freaking me out a little bit. A little weird.
We're very much alike.
And there we go. No, over there. I wanted to go in the wrong slot.
Remember all the happy times we had?
I'm gonna change songs because this is just making me, this is weirding me out a little bit. Nope. Has now been fixed. Has now been. So rocks. Come on. Come on. Come on, you can do it. But I believe in you. Kill the page and reopen it. Oh. There we are. Now it's working. Next platform. This one will, I think this one. This is the second, so I'm gonna need to get some other stuff printing here in a little bit. Yeah, this is making, this whole entire factory makes life way easier. You know, it's all about that user friendliness. Astroneer is definitely a very user friendly game. So yeah, I remember, Allie, you were talking about how you were saying the game was super hard. I think the primary reason why you were finding the game hard was because you weren't really following the missions. If you follow the missions as the game just is laid out, this game is very, very easy, and it basically teaches itself to you through the missions. So, I think maybe you might find some success in just trying to follow the missions as you go. Help you out a lot, actually. Missions overall, I think they give away a little too much too quickly. I think they do kind of take away from the learning curve a little bit, but if you have an issue with it, and of course my primary advice is just to follow the missions because they're the ones that make the learning curve a lot easier and a lot faster. So let's get the next 2 bombs worth of titanium going, and we'll get this one filling up. Go. Alright. Yeah, I think the missions in this game, I played before and after missions. I've I've been around for a decent while in the community. So I would say I think the missions were overall a good addition to the game. I think there were a couple of ways where they could have been implemented better, but I'm not a game developer, so really not my place to say a whole lot of things about how they could have been done better. There are obviously ways that I think could have happened more in keeping with the game. But I think overall they did a really nice job with implementing the missions. Yeah, these little guys are supposed to tell me if the storage is filled up um, with medium storage silos, and we'll just send a little signal. That one just this was the reason why I put those on is to try to experiment with making um, making this fully automatic. So all I had to do is put the silo on the platform. I don't really think I don't think that's possible. Astroneer's game mechanics. I did some studying about it. I really think it's not possible due to a fundamental issue with how Astroneer deals with signals. It needs a certain type of needs like a true-false type of signal, and Astroneer only ever sends pulses. Pulses work for a lot of things, but they do not reflect reality nearly as well as true-false states do, and they're not nearly as versatile. We're nearly ready to prepare to get the Novus project, to get the hydrogen transferred over. That is exciting. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Having a decent day. Been a bit long, but it's going pretty well. Gonna have some nice casual explosions today, then have probably chill, and maybe I might end up doing Dyson Sphere later on in the night because I have been really enjoying that game. But that's kind of up in the air. If I do, I'm not gonna record it because I don't really have the hard drive space to record it right now. Yeah, I don't really think that the hard drive space is. Yeah, it's not gonna allow me to record both this and the Novus project, unless both the Novus project and the other. You guys actually uploading? I think they might be paused, which I think is probably why we have good internet speeds. I guess right now. Good thing and what I wanted to do. Yeah, if they don't end up with they don't end up giving me enough. They don't end up freeing up the hard drive space that I thought I was gonna have free by tonight's stream, then there's really nothing I can do about it. the primary reason why I'm recording is the Novus project. So we want to make sure that we record Novus project first. If it wasn't for Maui, I would not have been doing Novus project at all today. Probably been doing Dyson Sphere program and simply not recording. But you guys wanted to see Astroneer, so here we are. Go. And click right there. Should I put the AMA tag on? I think I might want to put the AMA tag on. Yeah, if anyone wants to hop in voice chat as feel free to ask and show you the Discord link. Discord is really quiet because I don't use it for self-promotion. I don't really think it's a good idea. Not a huge fan of self-promotion anyway. So I prefer to let others promote me in if they see fit. They can show content. Oh, there it is. I wondered why there was one missing. Silo that was missing. So far, we've had no malfunctions, which makes me really happy. And we're very nearly built. Getting ready to work on the should be the last bomb. Yeah, looks like it is going to be the last bomb. Down. Go. Final 4 silos. Yeah, I've been also doing some cleanup to get rid of some lag down in the core, in the background. Cleanup's going pretty well. We're starting to really seriously take a chunk out of the major clog of resources that are down there. There, thank you. Second to last silo. And go. Oh, over here. There we go. And use. Last silo. We can start filling up things. And everything went perfectly smoothly. Awesome. So yeah, it looks like the issue that we had last time is really only going to be every once in a blue moon type of issue. Which is something that I have. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna head over to Sanya, and we're gonna start hauling hydrogen over to Sanya project. For those of you guys who want to know what the Novus project is, the answer is right here. If I zoom in on it, that's what the Novus project is. Just under half of the planet is gone. So I'm gonna be working kind of on this side today. We're going to Visenya. Land at our base. Get a move on. So it's pretty much we just land at the base. We haul 2 silos worth of hydrogen over. And then we're good. Haul 2 silos of hydrogen over. We fill out the bomb. And we haul the empty silos back and bring some fresh silos until we're already. And Elvis. I think we should be able to hit 50% at round 50. I don't know 100% if that's actually going to happen, but that's the goal. And today is round number 48, so we're real close to that number. I leave these canisters on for my sorting system during Nova's project cleanup, and that sorting system works decently well, but I just take them off for the sake of the bombs. And right here, so what I do is I make sure to put the silos from the bombs on one side, and then silos from the gas farm on the other side. I just let it transfer over at a high rate of transfer, which is higher rate than Astroneer that lets you transfer. But because I transfer multiples at once, it helps me out. This silo over, it's full. No. Yep. And then that silo is full. So that's the first bomb done. It was already half done. We produce 8 1/4 bombs every single round. So every single round will be 8 bombs, and then every 4th round, which is on an odd number because we weren't doing this for the first round, every single round after that, or every 4th round after that, will be a lead round with 9 bombs. You're not gonna fill up all the way. You're just gonna have 3 left. So 2 of these silos can fill up 3, and can fill up almost 3 of these. But like, hey Assyria, missed the rest of Hob? You actually haven't. I actually haven't touched it. I've been meaning to go back to it, but I'm honestly stuck in Hob. If you want to help me, I'll be glad to accept help. Also, hello, welcome to the stream, Assyria. It's good to see you. Been missing you. Yeah, actually, that's good news because I actually have not touched Hob. I want to because it's a really fun, cool game, but I'm worried I might be in a soft lock, and I also kind of don't want to spoil it on myself by looking up something. And since you like Hob so much, if you tell me what day, like what kind of day you might be available for, I can arrange it so that I stream Hob at a time at which you're available. Yeah, we're literally right where we last left off in Hob. You want to play it? It's just been so busy. Hey, it's a fun game, but I'm kind of bad at it. It is a fun game though. I think that'll be awesome. I mean, I'm a small stream. I can at this stage I can do whatever I want. So I'll just, as your schedule and my schedule permits, shoot me a DM on Discord, and we can together to coordinate something. So maybe you can like look up a guide or something and then help me out, or just kind of help me out with random ideas, because I remember being stuck last stream. I was stuck, I want to say, for like 30 minutes. It was kind of nuts. It's definitely got a good vibe about it. It's got a definite interesting art style. Got farther than you did. You do not have to spoil the game. It is not definitely not. I don't want to make you spoil a game on yourself, but if you're interested, I would appreciate some help, because I have no idea where to go, and I don't want to spoil myself on it. But it's not a huge deal. Something that if that ends up happening, If you don't want to spoil yourself on it, I understand, and I'll just look up a guide because I'm the one who's stuck. So. It is an interesting game. Oh, you left the Discord? Man. I mean, I get it. The Discord is very quiet. I don't really do anything with it. I really should do more with it. But I kind of don't know what to do with it, with the few number of people we have there. I don't know. There's a lot I don't know about streaming. I definitely know how to set up Discords for large numbers of people. That I know about. That I know about fairly easily, but what exactly to do with the Discord, I don't really know. Good. Anyway, have you been to Syria? Think you were ever? I thought you were at one point. I don't know. People hop in and out pretty regularly. I think, yeah, I've people will join on a stream and then they'll leave later, and then they'll join on, then they'll rejoin, then they'll leave again. So I can never really keep track of who's in it and who's not. Had a headache for 3 days. Ooh, that's not good. I hope you're feeling better. I'm gonna guess that you are because you said had. I have a headache that's been 3 days, but I hope you feel better. Yeah, I do also want to do more games that are kind of like Hob. Games that are kind of just a different style that I can just play through. I have been really, really enjoying Dyson Sphere Program. But that's kind of just a me thing. I do want to kind of shake things up. And also, Assyria, I have been starting without the countdown recently. There hasn't really been any change, but I think it's working out okay. I hope your head's feeling better. Don't want you to be having too many headaches now. Gonna lurk and work. You got too much not feeling well at all. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Ah, shoot. Shoot. I should have done a switch out, but I didn't think I needed to. Hope you feel better. Thoughts and prayers. Okay. Make sure to take some medicine and everything. Although I'm sure you already know that. But thank you very much for the lurk. I appreciate you dropping by. Shoot me a direct message on Discord, and we can get some time to go together to do some stuff on Hob. Even though I suck at Hob is actually really fun. I enjoy finding all the little secrets. And that is this. The ship has been filled back up, so we're good to go. What I was waiting for right there. Those of you guys who do waiting for I had to shuttle. I have installed automatic refuel. As soon as the shuttle tank gets low, it tops it back off. Novus again. The nice thing about the Novus project is because it's destroying the planet, I can actually just land here if I want to from literally across the planet. Don't gotta worry about any of those silly limitations like a horizon. I am not bound by this planet's rules. Would do a switch out here, but I don't have any silos to spare on this bomb. It is what it is. And until System Error releases a larger platform, this is what we'll be doing. I don't honestly think that they will have a larger platform in the works, because this larger platform is just absolutely, it's kind of insane already. So I don't really think they'll be ever really implementing another larger platform. I think this is probably about as large as it's gonna get. I mean, granted, we thought that with the large storage and these medium storage silos, but I feel like it's kind of complete with the large storage silo A and B. I think what Astroneer needs is more small stuff, details, and obviously better menus. But everyone knows that. I feel like kind of like that's the direction the devs are taking it. All small things that make the world feel lived in and alive. And back to Dania. Drop off the hydrogen. Yes, that is a base. That's the wrong base, though. We don't go to that base anymore. If anyone wants to, I can show them that base later on. Go. And there we go. Alright, yoink. And yoink. Launch. Okay. Head over to Novus. And well, not set the bombs off just yet. We still gotta finish filling them up. Wrong side of the planet. So this is all the work that we have yet to do. Have not done this work yet. Kinda need to. Had I kind of planned this better, I think I probably would have based on one of the gateways and just worked there. But I don't really, I didn't really plan that through. But I think, well, I don't think, I know we'll be fine. I've got a plan to run things as needed, and we'll be able to transfer up to the top base, the original top base, once everything has been destroyed down here. Everything should get destroyed down here. It'll just, I'll just try to save it for last. Also, I don't know necessarily. I feel like there were some landing bubbles there before. that have been gotten rid of. I don't actually 100%. I feel like that was the case. We do have a landing bubble coming up on the other side that we should be able to test and see if it disappears next couple rounds. And I do for sure have a confirmed landing bubble that is on the other side of the planet. It's literally on the other edge of the crater. Like there was another landing bubble nearby that has gotten destroyed, but I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that's possible in the game or not. And we're right over the base. The only way to take away landing bubbles that I know of is the man-made ones. So theoretically, the bases should be working just fine. So wait a second. Yeah, there you go. We are fueled up. So theoretically, if my knowledge of the game serves me right, my gut says I think that it will just stay there, and then the shuttle will just land in midair, and there won't be anything that you can do about it. Yeah, we are running all good on this one. So, just wanted to make sure, because I tend to have some issues when it comes to getting occasionally to repress that button so that they go back to sucking instead of pushing out their contents. I think this is the halfway point. Not 100% sure, but halfway point. Don't quote me on it though. Be wrong. Of the loading process. Loading process could take less time if I hurry, but there's really not a whole ton of time optimizations that can be made. So I just kind of take my time with it a little bit. It usually takes around an hour. Looks like it'll take a little bit longer this time because we started a little late as far as the loading goes, as far as the loading process and as far as the loading and everything else went, building the bombs, all that stuff, started a bit late, so I think I'm gonna end up going slightly over an hour of uptime before we hit the end of the loading process. But where it took me 2 hours to load everything, to produce and load, it took me 2 hours to at least like load everything, and I think it took me, I think I was lucky if it took an hour to load everything or to create everything. That was fast. But now it takes maybe half an hour. I don't know if there's any other optimizations that can be made, but the project is definitely months in the making and will be quite a while. This is a strange song. Alright, this silo is done. That has 6 left. Launch back to the hydrogen base. Yeah, this is just a very organized method of systematically destroying a planet. I'm on my quest to become the Death Star. So, in my quest to become the Death Star, I have figured out multiple ways to optimize the destruction of planets. I think probably of the most people, I have learned the most about astroneer explosion. A couple of interesting wrinkles that happen when the astroneer explosions run into hard terrain, like tier 3 drill type terrain that really only the tier 3 drill can handle, like hardly at all. But there is a definite curve to how the TNT and the dynamite and the hydrogen explodes in the harder terrain versus the softer terrain. It's a much bigger hole in tier 1 terrain than in tier 2 terrain. Now, Moon has tier 1 2. It's like something like Glacio. Down by the time you hit like cave layer easily 3 or 4, then you won't be able to dig at all with your normal terrain tool. You'll have tier 3 terrain. I think there might even be tier 4 types of terrain, but I'm not. Don't quote me on it. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really tested that out, but there is a definite reduction. And it's kind of realistic. Like, the harder the ground, okay, yeah, the harder it is to blow up. At the same time, an explosion is an explosion. Just do what explosions do, no matter what. Yeah, the explosions in Astroneer just kind of vaporize the rock. Could be considered not to be rock. Could just be like considered to be soil. At some point, it's got to get hard enough that it's considered a rock. Not like Screamo type of rock, just like earthy type of rock. And deposit it. Grab the next bomb. Fine. Over here. And once I get the bombs all moving, and I take a noticeable frame drop while I'm there. The simple reason is because there's just a whole lot of entities over there. A whole lot of items. There's 9,500 odd some items, so it takes a fair system, especially on a system that's as high lag as this one, because just of how much we've done. Not enough to notice it normally, but it is definitely enough to notice it under higher lag conditions like mine. Getting on close to ending the preparation phase. Soon it will be explosion time, which is the most fun part. We're now over the halfway point for the filling phase, which is the second of 2 preparation phases. Switch. And switch. And launch. And I didn't give it a chance to fill up. A bit of a dum-dum there. Well. We'll just have to let it fill up a couple of extra times. It'll just fill up like something like 2 trips in a row instead of just every other trip. Yeah, the one thing I have learned from this project is that these shuttles are blindingly efficient. Carry ridiculous amounts of cargo between planets just for half hydrazine. The only one that comes close to the shuttle in terms of efficiency is the VTOL. The shuttle is the most efficient thing in the game. VTOL is probably one of the second most efficient. Jetpacks are the third, and rocket rovers are the fourth by a long margin. Rocket rovers just blow through fuel like there's no tomorrow. That was perfect. Oh, great. Switch these out before I go. Pardon the frame rate hit that happens here. There's not a ton I can do about it besides just blow up the stuff. And I'm stuck. How would you do this to me, game? There we go. Now we're unstuck. Having been unstuck, we're going to drop this off here. Load these into the shuttle. Enter and leave. We're going to leave to Sanya. Right here. Land at the collection base, let it refuel. We're running slowly out of hydrogen. And here's the collection base. Here. It'll toss us another fuel in the landing pad. And there we go. All I have to do, is not get on that. To set these over here. Go, and hop in and leave. And we'll get another fuel tank, another bit of fuel when we get back. In case you're wondering what that big long streak is that seems to be in the planet, that's a ramp for the rocket rover to kind of help me direct myself towards north or south. There we go. Gonna land right here. Hop out. We'll transfer these guys over to the platform. And to the platform. We have an entirely fresh bomb to start with. Made 2 silos. I'm gonna interact with you. We'll get ready to switch this guy out. This is so chill compared to the Halloween gas, I can't even begin to describe it. By this time, we would have already filled up the entire bomb. Oh, I did it mid distribution. Sucks. Now though. Alright. Let's pop that right there. And it is done. We're not gonna put that on. Why the slowdown? You mean the slowdown when I look over here? That slowdown is because there's just so many objects. Also, hello, welcome to the stream. If that's the slowdown you're talking about, that's kind of what I was referring to. But if you're talking about a different slowdown, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Yeah, welcome to the stream, bro. Good to see you again. Nearly done with the prep round for the Novus project, so we're just about ready. You're pretty much just in time for the explosions. Getting pretty close to being done with the hauling the hydrogen between planets. See, I could set the same exact factory up on Novus, but it would be a lot slower. So you're saying that in the past it would have filled quicker? No. I was talking about a bum switch that I did, which I screwed up. Just a little bit. But as far as any slowdowns, the slowdown that happens when I look over at the paired bombs just comes because of my laggy save combined with the fact that that's pretty much 10,000 hydrogen over there. So what have you been doing in Astroneer recently? I mean, obviously you know what I've been doing, but what have you been doing in Astroneer recently? But no, the transfer rate's the same. Still 24 gas per tick. Oh, wait. Oh. You might have heard me talking about the the Halloween gas, because the difference between the hydrogen and the pumpkin gas is palpable and very relieving, I might say, because I find the pumpkin gas just straight stressful. That stuff just comes out at nuclear speed. It is ridiculous how fast that comes out. And the reason behind it is each of these hydrogens is 5 hydrogen. And each of the pumpkin gas was 1. So where it says 1 out of 160, that's really out of 32. Because that's how many hydrogen it will dispense. Because each canister contains 5. I think that's the slowdown you heard me talking about. And that's good, we do want that. Because it was absolutely bonkers with the... making good progress. Novus, haven't played Astra since you got your snails. Just finished the No Man's Sky Expedition 5 yesterday. Nice. I have not played No Man's Sky, so I don't entirely know what Expedition 5 is, but I've seen some content on it. Sounds like somebody put their alarm clock into a song. That's what this music sounds like. And also, how is this sound? Music should be good. I hope it sounds okay. Anyway, yes, that's probably the slowdown you were hearing me reference. And it just has to do with how the Halloween gas is different from hydrogen and other gases. So what is it? What is Expedition 5 to No Man's Sky? I know in No Man's Sky, you're on a planet, your goal is to go to the other limited time events, which is a custom form of the game with rewards as you progress and reach goals. So rewards carry over into any other normal save you play. So it's kind of like Astroneer events and unlocking skins, I guess, maybe? Kind of a bad analogy. Just if it gets the message across. Makes sense. So why is it called Expedition 5? What does it have to do with anything that is the 5th of? Is it just the 5th event that's ever happened? Because I guess that would make sense. It would be kind of boring, but it makes sense. Novus. 5th expedition they've run? Makes sense. Kinda sucks. Also, so Whiskers, I'm not really entirely sure. I think I know the answer, but I think this is not going to be affected, but I think maybe if I destroy that landing site, it might have, it might end up actually getting rid of the landing bubble. I know it didn't used to be that way. I don't know if that's actually been updated. I doubt it has been, but, you know, I can dream. So focused on animals and pets. Last I saw, when I saw somebody playing No Man's Sky, their animal was basically like a big ol' hologram. Are animals holographic in that? And if so, like, what use do they have? Because holograms in most sci-fi can't interact with reality. You back. Just to set up a base with a landing pad in the air somewhere? Oh yeah, I already have that base. That base was made way back in the first part of the Novus project. I'll show you it when we get moving. I haven't touched it in a long time, but we are definitely gonna touch it. That should be yeah, that should be 8 bombs. So this is gonna be bomb number 9, which we won't be doing this round. We'll be doing next round. Yeah, this base will obviously go different places. It'll just go elsewhere once we're done. But that's a long, long ways in the future. Here, I'll show you what it is. We launch to orbit instead of. Now this base, you can ride them. You need to feed them. You can get eggs and breed another version of them, and you can make them look a bit fancy. You have up to 16, but only access one at a time. Some fly, some are huge. Generally have one pet that's fast and easy to ride for getting around on planets. Huh, interesting. Anyway, this is base up top. Before I had my silos to be filled over here, and I had my other silos over here. I was originally going to do it from up here and then just drop them as bombs off the side, but then I realized physics range was a thing, and they froze halfway down above jetpack limit, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. And it took several calculated falls to make things work. But yeah, the jetpacks do not work here. And this base, it predates the hoverboard significantly. Now that the hoverboard has been added, it should be a lot easier to carry things around. So, that base, it'll be expanded, because the Novus project is obviously way larger now. But it'll work. I want to see what this landing spot has. If it's in the air already. But theoretically, no, it's not. This is right close to the air. Too high? Oh, it's above where any explosion can create. It's above where any explosion can create problems. That was the entire goal. I want to see what happens when this landing site gets destroyed. I think theoretically the bubble should get destroyed, but I don't honestly know if that's actually the case. There have been times, I think on stream, where I have, for sure on stream, where I have actually set off a bomb too close to the base and set off my hydrogen deposit and also the rest of the bombs. Have the other bubbles gone? Thing is, I don't remember. I feel like there were a couple of other bubbles that were there on that side of the planet, but it's not uncommon for planets to have large sections without any bubbles. So I can't actually say for sure. I don't know. But I'm saying this is going to be a good test. I know that it didn't used to be a thing in the past. I don't know if it's changed. But yeah, this is not something I'd ever paid attention to before. Yeah, I have on stream a couple of times set off a bomb that's too close to the base and just set off my base, basically. I had to revert to the previous save. It just did not work out. That actually, those types of things are part of why I do a save backup right before every explosion, in case I need to go back before the explosion. So yeah, I'm a little paranoid, but we're gonna wait for a very long time, because we still have all of this to do. That's still on the to-do list. I have a ton of planet to get around. Is that you'd approach it? Yeah. Right now it's just easy. That I didn't let my spacecraft fill up. But yeah, it's easier, frankly, just to do stuff from down here. It's closer to the job site, and it just overall works out better. So yeah, I didn't necessarily 100% know what was going on, what was going to happen, but I knew it was going to be a large-scale project, and I set up some large-scale bases to accommodate for it. And while I did plan well, I didn't plan perfectly. There have been a lot of things that have been unplanned about this. Like, for instance, this base location. I was actually talking earlier about how I would have probably liked to put it up on top of a gateway instead of in the random spot where it is, because we're right around a natural landing site, which is pretty much the only reason any of this is here. Alright, bomb number 9 has been completed. We're going to drop these back off, and we're going to refuel our shuttle. back at Vicenia. Silly me didn't get hydrocene into the shuttle last time, so I'm gonna have to let it sit there for a little bit. Yeah, I was thinking ahead, but not as much as I thought I would need to think ahead. I definitely didn't know the sheer magnitude of the project when I started, but I've grown to have a very good appreciation of it. Yeah, now we're down to 8 launches, then we go up to 16. Without the auto arm. There's a little auto arm, by the way, that's hidden down underneath here. It's taking from this fuel reservoir and it's putting it on my shuttle. Which is something that, honestly, I just recommend for everybody. It is so, so super convenient. It's like the most convenient thing I've ever made. It's a cool little, yeah, it is a really, it's one of those things that you don't really think about until it's kind of like the Nova's Project Automation, just on a lot smaller scale. Once you just don't have to worry about fuel, all you have to do is make bulk batches of fuel. It just takes so much of a load off. And it's like, wow, I don't have to worry about budgeting my fuel or anything. I can just go wherever the heck I want, and as soon as I return home, my fuel thruster will be filled. Good. We're gonna grab 4 hydrazine. There we go. Get stuck on a canister first. Grab 1. Pop you over there. Alright, I am going to save. We're gonna duplicate the save before big number 38. I think I'm gonna try my best to get to halfway by the time we hit Detonation Round 50. I think we could theoretically say we're over halfway now, but I'm just gonna call it halfway 50 and we'll be good. We're definitely overstaying our project estimate, which our original estimate was like 70 rounds, and so the current project estimate, with how things are going, puts it at 100 rounds. Which, that is a lot of stuff. And oh, come on. It's a little OCD of me, but I do try to move my save up a little bit. Anyway, so we are going to be working on the far side of the crater today. So it will be a fair long trek. Massive undertaking? Yeah. And then people are like, oh, well, why didn't you do a planet? Well, the people who say that honestly do not have the slightest inkling of an idea of how big of an undertaking this is. That is the one slightly annoying thing that people can say to me about the Nova's project. They're like, why'd you just do a moon? Why can't you do a big planet? Like, why don't you do a whole planet? As many people as complain, myself included, there we go, now my save's on top. As many people complain about how small the planets have gotten, it really, really, really shoves it into perspective when you go to destroy an entire planet, how massive they are. They just are humongous. And a lot of our efforts to destroy them pale in comparison to the planet. Well, I went in and finish inside a year and a half to work, sleep, and eat. I know, right? I have a little bit of TNT that's kind of left. We don't have enough for this round, funnily enough. But we do have a TNT printer. I'm not worried about running out of TNT, but I'm trying to use up this stuff that I have first. I think I might need to run back to Glacio. You know what? Better now than never. I'm gonna do it now. I've got... Should I take a silo? Nah. Actually, whoops, I hit the wrong button. one palpable bit of lag that this is introduced, that the planet has introduced, is lagging when I'm saving. So whenever I enter a vehicle, it's always it, it, freeze, freeze, and then it lets me enter it. I'm gonna go back to Glacio, please. Glacio, best planet ever. Save size. Yeah, current save size is 115 megabytes. I find that hello base, when I just set up a when the project is fully clean down there, when there's like no scrap, no nothing down there, when we have a clean core and a clean crater, it just all generally tends to take off maybe 2 megabytes, but it takes a huge load off of the frames. Okay, I've got TNT somewhere. I had a whole bunch of TNT from the event. I don't think we've gone through it all, but I don't entirely remember where it went. I don't actually remember what I did with it. Oh, I know. You know what? I bet I know what I did with it. I bet I put it in. I bet I put it into custom explosions. I used it upon my pumpkin seeds. Did not. I have. I still have 6 silos worth of pumpkin seeds plus whatever's currently in the pumpkin farm. But the pumpkin farm is shut down. The sensors going constantly was causing a bit of lag anyway. Yeah, anyway, it's kind of fun. This base is literally right by orbit. I have to be careful not to click on that bubble so I don't accidentally land there. Yeah, I still have half of a large storage silo B for the pumpkins. Alright, let's grab my TNT printer because I'm gonna need it. It is right here. This is my little on-demand TNT printer that I just will refill. And we had an auto arm that was just taking the TNT, and the auto arm was just once this storage like was empty, then it would have it print more. But it would always like print 2 for some reason. And let's just grab the. Why do I have an extra hydrazine in my backpack? I should not have this extra hydrazine in my backpack. Yoink. Smoke printer. All right, let's take a bomb over to the other side of the core, or of the crater. There we go. It's a bit of a fine maneuver. Oh wait, let me change the stream title real fast. And done. Okay, cool. We're all good. So yeah, we're gonna get these explosions done. So Whisker, were you there for when I streamed Hob, or not? Yeah. Also, most of this stuff I'm gonna go through eventually and unlock all of these guys, but I have a whole bunch of research samples that are already down in the core that I don't really want to deal with. I need to set up a massive research farm for them. Not to get the bytes, but just to get rid of the research. And so I need to take like a packager or something down there, package them up, and then ship them off. Yeah, this planet just has a billion bits of research on it. So this is the side of the crater we're going to be working on today. You know, I was originally going to just do a custom explosion for that mountaintop that's kind of been left there. But, hello. Thank you for following. But I think I'm gonna just get it moving. Also, this was a fun little coincidence that happened last stream. This little tiny bit of astroneer terrain. I bet that's thinner than tactile object could make a little bar of terrain. I'd have to show that to him at some point. He doesn't come in my streams very often though. Which I don't blame him. These are not terribly interesting streams. Okay. I've stuck myself. Yeah, that was a fun little bit of thing. Also, I hate those crumbling stones. That might be a bit too far back. Scoot the bomb forward a bit. I hate these crumbling stones. They are the worst. We'll see why in just a second. There we go. That'll work. Oh, I'm way too close. There we go. I managed to get out of range. That was nice, though. That was a nice big hole that just appeared. This is why I hate the crumbling stones. They do not blow up. You can blow them up with TNT, maybe like one or two, but you cannot just blow them up with the same as terrain. They are the sturdiest thing in the game. And they're crumbling stones. Like, for crying out loud, they're crumbling stones, guys. Gotta be bug. Yeah, I told Gina about it. She doesn't care. She just straight doesn't care. She's like, well, you're a fringe case, so it's not really something we need to worry about fixing. Because when I originally started the Novus, when they originally were added to the game, they just generated in the air. They didn't check to generate to see if they were actually generating in the air. So they generated all throughout people's bases. They generated all over the Novus project. I had to scan hundreds, not even kidding you, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, just to get rid of the stupid things in the middle of the Novus project. And yes, so I reported it to Gina, and Gina was just like, "Oh, you're a fringe case. We're not gonna worry about it." Like, come on, guys. Just because I am the most extreme case doesn't mean it doesn't happen to other people. So that's a pet peeve of mine. Sorry. I try to be positive in general about the game. Oh, I really gotta get back because I'm low on fuel. It takes a lot of fuel to go this far out. Imagine if you were doing Glacio, said that it's being ignored. I don't know a whole lot about Glacio. I do know that those guys are, I do know they are susceptible to TNT, because that's part of the quest. I do know you can blow up multiples at once. I don't know how sensitive they are to TNT. I feel like they're more sensitive than the crumbling rocks, but glaciers have to be blown up. Yeah, I just don't know. My main problem with the crumbling rocks is that they just don't blow up. They're supposed to be able to be blown up, but they are way sturdier than any other bit of terrain. Like, if you put a bomb right next to a crumbling stone, it will blow that crumbling stone up. But outside of the range of, like, a single TNT, they just ignore the explosion completely. I don't know if the same thing happens with Glacio's thingamajiggers, although that's actually kind of a good idea to test. I need to grab 4 hydrazine. I don't know, what's your theory? But I mean, having to blow things up that I'm already blowing things up is not really too terrible of an idea. But if they were, I could easily see it getting frustrating if they glitched out and I couldn't see them in the terrain. But, I mean, I love Glacio. I don't want to blow that up. I just don't. Oh, I do have this. I'm gonna move you over here. bomb. This is an interesting song. I don't know, that's something I want to test. Shouldn't be too difficult to implement, however, they're busy with other things to see why they don't want to be distracted by it. I think I am firmly of the stance you need to fix the bugs with this. You need to fix what you've created before starting moving on to new stuff. I think bugs in what they've created should always take priority over adding new stuff. I'd much rather have a simplistic, non-buggy game than a very complicated, extremely buggy game. And you've played No Man's Sky. You should know what I'm talking about. They went ahead and they fixed their implementation, and good on them. They did a good job. They kind of pulled it back. I don't think their game will ever recover from the publicity horror, the publicity nightmare that was the release, but it did get famous from that. But there's still people who just say, I'm not gonna play that game. NMS was a train wreck. They recovered. Yeah, pretty much that's it. But they I don't know if they will ever recover in the eyes of the public. I still know people who say, because of the release, I'm not playing No Man's Sky. It's like, well, maybe it's improved as a game, but those developers who would do that are not developers I want to support. And I can kind of see where they're coming from with that. Also, I really wish they would work on getting Ground Scatter to check better if it was floating or not. One of the few other games that continue to add massive content for free. Astroneer no longer adds massive content for free. They're only adding a little bit of content. But yeah, the games that do add massive content for free are very few and far between. Reason you decided to get back into it last year? Well, hey, good for you. No Man's Sky isn't really a game I was ever all that interested in, even when the hype was real. So, I'm just probably not ever gonna play it. And I probably wasn't gonna play it even though the hype was real. Even when the hype was like a huge major thing, I was like, I mean, it's cool, but I'll watch a playthrough on YouTube or something. A lot of farming and crafting and searching. Yeah, I mean, I do like farming, but that's a poorly placed bomb. It didn't turn out too badly. I guess I'm thinking more tier 2 terrain. Wait, before I destroy this, I need to go over... Oh, no, that ground scatter disappeared. That research item is good, so this ground scatter can go. Extract resources. So this bit can go. So I use terrain to try to get rid of some ground scatter, to get it to realize that it's in the middle of the air. And we don't really have a whole lot of stuff just kind of sitting around, so good. We don't have any resources that are waiting to explode. I'm just gonna continue to this. So just getting rid of this little tiny bit of terrain. But I do wish they would let the like every time you load in, so like say every time you load in the terrain, every time you load in the terrain or a certain bit of ground scatter, it would check real fast to see if it was attached to ground or not. I don't think that would add a whole bunch of lag. I could be wrong. I'm not a game dev, but I feel like it would be fairly simple to just add a basic check. Because again, ground scatter, it stays it's very hard to get rid of. And that's why I've left this up, is ground scatter. Like, that got rid of quite a bit in a large area, but I'm going to have to now go out there with soil to try to get that to fall, and then to get the other stuff to fall. Ah, no, no, no. No, how am I doing on fuel? I'm doing okay. Yeah, the ground scatter falling is a bit of a problem in this game. Well, the ground scatter falling is not the problem. The ground scatter not falling is the problem. That is not close enough. There we go. Down a little bit. Not good enough for you. This bit of debris I can down. So yeah, some of this debris you have to bury it and then dig it out. Like that. Other bits of debris you can just kind of click down. Oh, no, 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 no. Bad. Bad astroneer. There we go. So I'll bring over some TNT and I'll do a custom explosion for this because this is a big old fat piece of terrain. Then I'm going to get rid of my pathway real fast. There we go. Back we head. Ah, running into random things on the way. Dude, it just feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of blankness. Things just slowly loom out of the clouds. Not out of the clouds, out of the fog. Yeah, once you hit night, it gets so much clearer. Oh, hello, that tree loaded in right there. Got AFK for a bit. That sounds fine. Let me back. Check my settings. Do I have that? Do I have terrain smoothing enabled? Yes, it is enabled. It's just using a lot of system resources. It's just loading slowly. I want to use up this little bit of fuel. There we go. Backpack is now full. And now that we've done the switch out, now we can worry about dynamite. And off we go. So yeah, I'm just gonna make sure we go over to the other side of the crater, and we'll be taking out a little lip of terrain that's been kind of making the other side of the crater look unkempt. We've done a massive amount of work on the other side of the crater. And I'm trying to just get like half of the planet gone. It's a lot easier said than done, because to get half of the planet done, I wanted to have like a cross-section of the planet open. That's sticking out a fair ways. I wanted to have like a cross-section open, but it really doesn't work that way. Because a vertical, something that's vertical isn't going to look vertical from it, you know? Alright, let's get this. Let's put you over here now. Dig upwards. Right here. That should allow us to do what we do. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. Why was there Mario sounds in that song? You know what? I'm not even gonna ask. Not sure I want to know. It's a bit far away from some of that extra stuff up at the top, but that should be okay. I think we're gonna have a little bit of stuff up at the top to deal with. Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff up at the top to deal with. There we go. Now that all the collisions have happened, be able to let all this stuff just fall down. Get rid of this, because this bit was glitched out a little bit. It wasn't loading in properly. Alright, let's get rid of these ridiculous crumbling stones. Stone, and you. Yes, you are. That should be the crumbling stones taken care of over here. All of this fun stuff have to go away. Worry about that. About that in a little bit. There we go. Definitely gonna have to address some of this. I'm gonna address this little bit of ground scatter right here. There we go. Since I can. I want it to despawn, I want it to die and go away. Now it's despawned. So we're all good. I feel like that's close enough. That not close enough? Oh, come on. How is that not close enough to get you to go down? There we go. Now that's close enough. Just trying to get rid of all that ground scatter, the extra real rocks. Worry about the rest of the worry about the rest of this stuff later. I think I can get rid of this just on my own. This is not going to be a large problem to dig out. It's only a small bit. Alright, we've gotten that all. Did you? Hello. Go. Let's head back to the base and we'll get that ground scatter, since the ground scatter is taken care of largely. Wait a second. Your ground scatter, you're not taken care of. Why? There we go. So we'll probably run 2 custom explosions pretty much back to back. Yeah, there's a bunch of ground scatter that should be gone, that's not gone. So yeah, once we get everything ready, I'm gonna go through and work on all of the fun little bits and bobs from the research aids. All the little triangles I'm gonna take and just work through them. Once I take them, then the bottoms will despawn and the tops will fall. That's why I'm not terribly worried about making them fall. Let me grab some fuel. Yoink, yoink. Yeah, we go through fuel the fastest up here. This fuel depot is gonna need to be refilled soon. Soon, but not yet. Let me see if I can get this. This guy should be able to print onto here, right? Yeah, it is printing onto here. Is it? No, it's not. Of course, it's just printing the dynamite over there. Alright. Do what you want to do. I now have another dynamite thing to draw from. I just gotten rid of the other one. Fortunately, that one's pretty small. Yeah, it's just pretty much running around with our, like a chicken with our heads cut off, going back and forth across a massive crater. This is where we did the previous bomb. I think yeah, I want to start destroying some of this top layer, which is gonna mean some very inefficiently placed bombs. Not a ton I can do about that. Top layer gotta go, man. Run with this placement. Now. There we go. Let me get rid of some of that extra ground scatter that is floating now, so I know is going to be floating later if I don't get rid of it right now. Because I'd rather have it be, rather do a little extra work ahead of time and get rid of it now, have it floating in the middle of the air. On. Kind of funny, it looks like normal terrain, and there's just casual holes to the center of the planet. The middle of the mountains. Big deal. Nice. Didn't actually quite do what I wanted it to as far as destroying stuff, but it destroyed a lot of stuff, so that is something I will take. Bit of mountain is left. We'll work on these bits of mountain, then we'll work on the lower down stuff later on, after in the next round. Big old lithium deposit, that'll be fun. Yeah, this massive massive critter is... It's been a journey, man. I'll tell you what, it's been a journey so far. Definitely learned a ton about this game that I never thought I would learn. At the end, I think I'm gonna go back to my save beforehand and before the first detonation, just see what it looks like. That particular save hasn't been opened in a very long time. There we go. Why do I have organic? Wait, do you take organic? Or organic? Okay, cool. I have no idea why I have organic in there. The that TNT up. It's all the TNT on the silos. It kind of sucks that the printer does not want to print silo.
Before I get too black out or brown out or one of the browns. I mean out. Whatever. Love you, kid. Bye.
What in the heck? Not one of vocals in it. Okay, TNT. Bomb. Let's go. Yeah. I think after this, if I'm still, like, feeling good, might do some Dice Sphere program. We'll see how things are going. If I do Dice Sphere program, I can't do it while I can't record it. So if you're watching this on YouTube, that will be... Sorry about that. There's not a lot I can do about it. I just don't have the hard drive space for it. So am I gonna handle this? This just seems like an outcropping. I could just sit it right here. Alright, let's try setting it like over here for now. And then digging down as far as the terrain tool will allow. Here. Go. This and put it down there. As far as we can. TNT. It's placed fairly well. Wait a second. There we go. I kind of want to make sure that some of this stuff falls down before I get moving. Ah! I felt... Not me. I don't want this stuff hanging around in the middle of the sky. Especially like research samples I can't interact with. Oh. And over there. That up. Over here. no idea how I managed to create soil with no attachment point, but I did, so yay. Alright, we'll take up our pathway, and we will then set off the bomb. So now we're all good. I mean, obviously there's a ton more that I could do, but as long as I can make it fall, I'm decently happy. I just recognize that this will soon be the middle of the sky, so I don't want to put myself in any positions that make things weird. Detonate right about now. Oh, that was very poorly placed. I'm gonna have to do a big custom explosion for that. That was very unfortunately placed. Sucks. But, you know, I'm gonna leave you that like that anyway. Alright, back home we go. Yeah, once we hit the final Novus Project cleanup, I'll work on a whole bunch of this stuff. It'll take me a long time to get everything going, but work on a bunch of this stuff. Alright, wow, that was actually perfect as far as fuel usage goes. There we go. Let's head over here. I'm just grabbing TNT. I don't need two. Just need the one. Okay, so this bomb is the second to last? Third to last. Okay, so this is bomb number 6. I'm gonna head off in this direction. We'll hit the other side and set off this bomb. It's good. It's good that this thing is the 6th bomb and not the 7th, like I was thinking it was, because then I do actually have a little bit of extra room to play around with the bomb. Because we have to clean up this part over here. Okay, what I'm gonna do, this is high, this right over here, higher priority. Make sure that we get most or all of this. I feel like this is a good position. A lot of stuff comes out either side. I think we're gonna have some stuff on either side. Yeah, right of that. But it at least worked a little. was pretty nice. It wasn't terrible. Pretty nice. That is some razor thin terrain. That is really thin. Oh, wow, that is razor thin terrain. That's a screenshot right there. Yeah, so that explosion didn't go as well as I hoped. Ended up. Let's head back to the base. Crater looks nice on the at night. Does not look very great in the daytime. At some point here, I'm gonna definitely need to. You can definitely have issues with the daylight interfering no matter what. Simply because I'll have over half of the planet gone, and then the daylight sphere will be there the entire time. I can just control how much of the crater it overlaps and part. Hi. Perfect fuel usage again. Definitely intentional. Totally not accidental. Let's pick up some more fuel depot. Pick up the TNT. We're gonna do bomb number 7 of 8. TNT. Even though it's technically dynamite. I know those are technically two different things, but they're very similar in this game. Really only dynamite exists, and it looks like TNT. So it's just, they're two different things, but they're close enough to be convoluted. I don't know what the difference is. Encyclopedia Britannica has a nice little summary of. Just kind of Google it, and Encyclopedia Britannica should show up. It does a very good job of explaining the basics. Alright, so we've gotten rid of a large section of surface, which is nice today. We'll get rid of kind of that larger area down there where the bomb is right now. That kind of larger lump down there is what we'll be working on next round. Then we'll be ready to declare the planet halfway done. Which will be a momentous occasion. I think I want to put this bomb right here. I want to make sure get this section nice and perforated with this, which means digging down. Yeah, that'll be good. Right about there. Not like amazing placement, but it should work. Okay, that was far less than amazing placement. That's gonna need like a lot of cleanup. That's kind of satisfying though. There we go. Let's dump off this hematite. Go. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to clean this up with probably with the other bomb. I think this is definitely too big for custom explosion. Be kind of a waste of a bomb, which is sad, but It'll. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. In the middle of the Noah's project, we got the home stretch, pretty much right around the bend. Yeah, the explosions are going nicely. Ow. Dang it. Okay, last bomb. Ow. Not ideal fuel usage this time, but pretty close. Alright, let's grab this TNT. Right here. And then here. Grab the bomb. Ready to go. Man, this is really... Scale doesn't really sink in until you see it from the edge of one of the craters. Like, it was really awesome. The first time I remember the first time I could ever drop directly down from the base to the center of the planet. And now I just do that all the time. Yeah, this is super duper messy. That bit needs to be fixed up. That bit needs to be fixed up. Everything about this needs to be fixed up. I did not plan this detonation round out well. I mean, not that I really planned them out all that much, but my bomb placement was not great this round. This one should do the trick, though. At least some of the cleanup. And bang. Yeah, that did about what I thought it would do. Take this down a bit. It's pretty thin, so it'll be fast. Looks really thick on the end, but in reality, it gets quite thin. I didn't know they were weak to gravity. I had never actually had the opportunity to dig one out. They've only ever been floating in the middle of the air for me. Alright, that is now looking much nicer. Alright, cool. Let's go grab the TNT. We're gonna do some custom. So the TNT will let us do custom shaped explosions. They'll be printing TNT over the around the sides of it. Of course, I think we'll only have like enough for what we do. Add a should be good. Do the most important ones first, and then worry about it later. It does take a lot of fuel, though. And this, usually TNT is not a limiting factor, usually fuel is. Ow. Jeez, that hurt a lot. Back backpack is now full. Alright, let's grab the TNT printer. Let's take the route to the end of the world. This song sounds wet. Yeah, this project has been it's been a real journey so far, and of course it's not over yet. Hoping that the last half is the best half. A dot of TNT here, and probably a dot of TNT here. And then we're probably going to do a dot of TNT on this edge. Where are you printing? Oh, you're printing over there. That helps. But kind of doing dots of TNT at the ends. The ends of the terrain. Go. That should be good enough for that. Need any on the other side? Might need some back down here. That should be good enough. Let's go set this over here. See what it has. See what it does. I think that if that is going to do what I think it will do, it will allow me to detonate the entire section. Most of the section. Massively easier than digging it out manually, but we'll just dig out the random little bits. There's mostly the stuff left in the center, so I just kind of didn't use quite enough TNT. Maybe I should have used just a little more, but I'm trying to be a little bit conservative because we've got a lot of cleanup work to do. Speaking of cleanup work to do, this one is pretty bad. Will eventually need to be cleaned up. And that's big. I get rid of it. This thing I want to get rid of next. Yeah, I want to get rid of this one next. Just set the TNT on the edge, on the corner here. I have to do a pretty big charge. We're going to do a charge on this corner over here. There's a definite method to the madness here. That's probably more than enough. Let's just set it a little bit over here because we're going to need to make sure that this edge gets worked on. That's almost certainly going to get everything up here. So let's go down here a little bit. Yeah, sure, I'll set you down in here. While you print that, I'm going to land. should work. I think I'm going to set some stuff down also down here as well, because I just want to make sure I want more of this to get destroyed rather than less. Set some like 10 odd TNT over here. And I'm going to stand on the platform. Go. This one should be entertaining. Slide over here, kind of near where we want to do the next one. Oh. No, you don't. I am the best. Oh, I even forgot that was up there. Alright, I'll have to take care of that. Alright, let's start by setting off the top. Should be able to watch from over here. Doing good on fuel. Oh, that was nice. Not quite as nice as I was hoping, but being conservative has never really hurt. Just gives me a little bit of extra work. Saves on resources. This TNT is freaking expensive. I can afford it in bulk, obviously, but it takes a lot of work. There is no way to really automate it. You can only really get it through organic, which can only really be gotten in large quantities through soil. So you can't just get like large quantities of organic. I'm talking like 800 to 1,000 organic, just off of the ground somewhere. Get rid of these crumbling stones. Don't need their nonsense in here. I think we should be able to take care of this bit with some ease. Before I do that, though, let me go handle this guy. That tree should despawn. So yeah, this is not a lot of terrain. It'll just fine. Okay. I might as well start here. That's pretty good. Let's go on the other side over here. I want to make sure that we have enough. That'll be 5, 6. Just want to make sure that we don't end up with a skeleton this time around. This one's gonna need to be big. That'll work. And probably need a little bit over here. Just trying to carefully place it to allow for the most usage. Alright then. We're supposed to be... yeah. annoying. Hey, did you just... Did. Alright, let's, yeah, we're gonna need a little bit on the sides over here. So you just gotta think of it as like overlapping spheres. That sphere will cover a ton over here. This sphere will cover a ton over here. This bit is a tiny bit lost for love. That should be good. This bit right here is gonna need... Nearly fell off into the abyss. This bit right here is gonna need a little bit. Not a ton, maybe just 2 or 3 or 4, I guess. Yeah, these circles, I can control their range, which is why it is nice. If you could stop sliding, that would be great. Nice because I can control their range and their radius. But by carefully shaping where I put the circle, I can shape the charge. That's actually kind of a big circle for back here, but it's not a deal. Get a large circle up top. That's not a very large circle, but that will work. Turn it over here for now. We'll set this off. This should be definitely entertaining. I'm gonna set it off from the top, and we'll watch it from over here. We can watch these a little bit closer than the main ones because they do not have nearly as big a radius. That was pretty darn good. Left a little bit to be desired down at the bottom, but it really was not bad. I don't think I want to do that side over here. I want to make sure to get some of the other thin stuff back to refill. This thing right here, this is definitely needing a custom explosion. Let's just do 2 TNT right here. And we'll twirl around, do quite a few. Good. Around right here. And we'll place 1 TNT right here. Oh, it just doesn't have any terrain to print on. Wondering why it wasn't working. Doesn't have any terrain to print on. Makes sense. Sorry. Didn't get to mute my mic fast enough. That should work. Top, at least. As far as the bottom goes, Not a ton. Ah. There we go. Not gonna need a ton, just I did think we would need to add a little bit. Go till we're out on the bottom, just because, yeah. Now we're out. Alright, let's see. We should be decent. I think we're gonna have a problem right here. I'm gonna place another TNT right here. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Great. I had TNT fall into the core. That's not good. Lost some TNT. Alright, is any of it right here? No, it all went down into the core proper. Ugh. Sucks. Alright, let's worry about that later. We have less TNT than we were going to have originally, so that sucks, but it is what it is. Because I was trying to click on some of this TNT. Why? Oh my god. Why? Why me? Well, my body should be down at the bottom. Gonna take it's a fuel. Got that all the way down. Geronimo! It is amazing how much horizontal momentum you can get going. Did I fall all the way down into the... It's part way up. Like I fell all the way down into the core. Yeah, I did. Oh wow. Straight down all the way. The lag central. Alright, where is my body exactly? God. Lag. Oh, lag. I don't see my body anywhere. I'm now also kind of buried underneath debris. Should be right here. They should be right here. Where are we? Where's my body? Not that hard, come on. Show me where my body is. Let me see if I can back up and get a closer look at it. Okay, Okay, so it's like up there, kind of. That bit of debris is close to where it is. Why does this stupid ground scatter have to cover that? Stop covering my body. Alright, where is my body? Let's look at it. Alright, it should be right up in here. Oh, I see it. See it, I see it, I see it. Got it. Nailed it. Like it was a sound decision to bring extra hydrazine. And we're gonna go right here and right there. Grab you, do the soil, you, send you over. That should work. That is everything. I had to reload the stream after it stalled. Sorry, this is probably why it stalled, because I died and fell down to the core. I was going down to check on some TNT that I accidentally let fall down to the core, which really pissed me off. And, I hit a random piece of floating debris that came out of nowhere on the way down and just instantly died. It sucks. But we have now recovered everything, including our stuff. We have a little bit of extra fuel. So we were doing some custom explosions. I have no idea where, though. Just know it was over on this side. Kind of feel like it was here, maybe? That was it. That's like, that's just gonna be another detonation round. I think it was this. It feels way too big. No, it was that outcropping. That's the outcropping. Also, welcome back, Whiskers. Pray that the stream stalled for you. Here we are. Alright, I'm not gonna move any more TNT. That has been almost literally the death of me. Actually, it has literally been the death of me. Cheers. Oh, you gotta head out? Alright. That is totally fine. We are going to set this bit of TNT off, though. And... nice. That worked cleanly, despite having way less TNT than it was supposed to. Nice and surgical. Well, overall, I think that has gone pretty darn well. Let's make sure to bring the empty TNT printer back. We used up about 200 TNT in total. Which, I mean, it's not bad, but these custom explosions are very hard on my TNT supply. I have enough steam to make it back, fortunately. Wouldn't have had to worry about that if I hadn't died. Well, here we are. Alright, let's see. Gotten everything sorted over here. These canisters need to go back to Glacio. Be filled with more titanium. Alright, that I shall do. But in the meantime, I think we're gonna call the stream here. I have done everything I needed to do, and I think we're all good. So, I will... the ending scene. It's 9 o'clock for me, so it's been a good stream. Yeah, it's been a while, so I'm gonna call the stream here. Goodness, that's loud. Would you like to go raid anybody? Because we can go raid somebody if you want. Let's see. Oh. Raid somebody. Is any... There's a bunch of people doing Astroneer. Raid somebody? Alright, cool. Let's go raid, let's go raid this guy. I don't know, his name is Matt. He's got the 3rd anniversary hat, so he at least knows a thing or two. Alright, let's go raid. There we go. So yeah, thanks everybody who tuned in. Astro Dude, it was great to have you on. And Whiskers, of course, it was great to have you hang out. I'm sorry that we have to end so fast after you come back, but we got a bunch of stuff done, and I'm gonna get a beauty screenshot to post in the Discord today, and we'll get everything up and running. And I will see you guys on the other side of the raid. Whiskers, have yourself a good one, and I'll probably be hanging out in chat a bit, just to support the streamer, and make sure to use whatever raid emotes you have, and see you guys around.